The baboon is a true master of omnivory in the natural world. Its diet is remarkably diverse, ranging from fruits, roots, seeds, and insects to small animals, fledgling birds, and even young antelopes or smaller monkeys. What makes the baboon particularly fearsome is its powerful, razor-sharp canines, which can grow up to 5 centimeters long, comparable to those of a lioness. A single bite is strong enough to tear through flesh, making even leopards or wild dogs wary of confrontation. Chimpanzees, on the other hand, have a highly complex social life, organized into hierarchies with clear structures. Within their groups, they display deeply human-like behaviors such as cooperation, food sharing, and comforting one another in distress. They are also renowned for their rich forms of communication, using vocal calls, gestures, facial expressions, and even subtle body language to convey emotions and intent. This battle is a vivid example of the power of unity, a clash that reflects the brutal yet breathtaking balance of nature, where behind every act of violence lies the serene beauty of the wild. Amid the dense green canopy of the forest, where sunlight barely filters through the leaves, a hidden world thrives, ruled by the ruthless law of nature. Here, among tangled branches and layers of fallen leaves, life and death are separated by nothing more than a single strand of silk. Two seemingly small creatures are about to face their destined confrontation. The ant, a brave warrior bound by loyalty, ready to sacrifice for the colony. The spider, a master of patience and precision, lurking behind deadly webs strung across the forest path. The clash is inevitable, not merely a fight between insects, but a collision of pure survival instincts. Speed and teamwork will stand against cunning and venom. Every movement, every strike, every trembling thread carries the heartbeat of the wild. In this forest, there is no room for error. Prepare yourself for one of the most intense battles in the miniature world, where the line between predator and prey has never been thinner. In the heart of the dense rainforest, where sunlight barely pierces through the tangled canopy, and every sound echoes the rhythm of survival. This is not just nature, it is a hidden arena of life and death. Two destined rivals are about to clash. The cricket, small yet fearless, armed with a song that dares to break the silence of the night. The praying mantis, a proud predator, wielding forearms as sharp as scythes of doom. A confrontation born of pure instinct, a legendary duel of survival. This is more than just a fight between two tiny creatures. It is a tale of courage against deadly precision. Every leap, every strike, every fluttering wing defines the razor's edge between life and death. Here, nature itself takes the role of both director and judge. Prepare for one of the most intense survival battles in the rainforest, where the line between hunter and prey has never been thinner. In the damp, shadowy depths of the rainforest, where sunlight barely pierces the thick canopy, life pulses in every breath of the wild. Here, two creatures that were never meant to meet are about to face off in a relentless battle for survival. The wasp, small but fearless, wields a deadly weapon, a razor-sharp stinger and unshakable courage. Its opponent, the beetle, a true armored warrior of the jungle, boasts a shell like iron and strength, powerful enough to crush its foes. Amid decaying leaves and the constant hum of insects, tension rises. What's about to unfold is more than a simple clash of species. It's a legendary duel of instinct. This is a story of courage versus brute force, of precision and speed against unyielding defense. Every strike, every dodge, every moment in this dense wilderness could mean the difference between life and death. Nature herself watches in silence, both director and spectator, to this primal showdown. Prepare yourself for one of the most intense insect battles of the rainforest, where the line between hunter and prey has never been thinner. Hello everyone. Today we arrive in the arid desert, where the sun scorches the earth and the wind sweeps up burning grains of sand, a land where life is never at peace. This is not just nature. It is a brutal battlefield of survival, where every creature must fight for its final breath. Two destined adversaries are about to clash. The king cobra, small yet fearless, armed with a deadly venom capable of felling any who dare approach. Facing it is the Komodo dragon, a cold-blooded giant, the ruler of this barren land, wielding raw muscle, a venomous bite laced with deadly bacteria, and an unyielding predatory instinct. Conflict ignites, not merely an animal fight, but a primal duel of instincts. Speed and venom against brute force and crushing jaws. Every slither, every tail strike, every bite becomes the thin line between life and death. Once again, nature itself takes on the role of both director and ruthless performer in this drama of survival. Prepare to witness one of the desert's fiercest battles where predator and prey can trade places in an instant, and the cruel beauty of the wild reveals itself in every breathless moment. The victory of the Komodo dragon is not simply the result of raw power, but a testament to the resilience and dominion of this giant reptile. In the unforgiving desert, where the deadly venom of the king cobra once struck fear into countless creatures, the Komodo stands tall, leaving its rival defeated. It is a moment that clearly defines the natural order. Only the strong and steadfast can claim the throne of this scorching wilderness. And after such ferocious battles, nature quietly returns to its original, timeless peace. In the dense tropical rainforest, where sunlight barely pierces through the towering canopy, this is not just a green paradise, but a brutal battlefield where life and death intertwine at every moment. Two destined rivals are about to collide. The roadrunner, small yet fearless, its legs swift as the wind, and the rattlesnake, a silent ruler, armed with a deadly weapon, venom that kills with precision. Conflict is about to erupt in a legendary clash of instinct. This is not just a chance encounter. This is the story of speed against accuracy, of courage facing lurking danger in the shadows. Every strike, every evasive twist, every peck or rattle could decide fate. Each desperate move beats like the relentless drums of nature, where cruelty itself becomes the rawest form of beauty. Prepare for one of the most intense animal battles in the wild, where the line between predator and prey has never been thinner. the dense tropical rainforest, where shadows weave through the thick canopy, this is not a realm of silence, but an arena where every creature must fight to survive. Two unexpected rivals are about to collide. The porcupine, small yet armed with a coat of razor-sharp quills, a defensive weapon that commands respect. And the cobra, a master predator, striking with speed and carrying venom lethal enough to bring down any creature in an instant. This confrontation is more than just hunter and hunted. It is the story of grit standing against death, of a shield of quills facing off against a venomous strike of precision. Every step forward, every twist, every lunge draws the fragile line between life and death. Each moment bears witness to the ruthless yet awe-inspiring design of nature. Prepare for one of the most dramatic showdowns in the depths of the jungle, where courage and primal instinct decide it all.
We're here for you.
Across the vast African savanna, where the wind sweeps fiercely and carries the dry dust, this is not a scene of peace, but a brutal arena of survival. Two destined rivals are about to face off. The secretary bird, a warrior with long legs, a sharp beak, and devastating kicks capable of crushing a skull. And the king cobra, a ruler armed with venom, moving with deadly grace and power, strong enough to bring down any challenger. This encounter is set to become legendary. It is not merely a hunt. It is a story of bravery against venom, of leg strength against precise strikes and instinctive cunning. Every wing beat, every kick, every lunge of the coiled predator could mean the difference between life and death. Each movement carries the fierce choreography of nature, where courage and cruelty intertwine. Prepare for one of Africa's most intense battles, where the line between hunter and prey has never been thinner. Across the wild African plains, where the cracked earth bakes under the blazing sun, this is no scene of peace, but a deadly arena where only the strong endure. Two fierce contenders are about to face off. The honey badger, an unyielding warrior, famed for its toughness, thick skin, and razor-sharp teeth. And the king cobra, a master predator, armed with lethal venom and moving with deadly grace in every strike. This encounter is more than just a fight. It is the story of defiance in the face of death, of raw strength and reckless courage clashing against one of nature's most feared poisons. Every charge, every bite, every counter-strike walks the razor's edge between life and death. With each passing second, nature itself directs a brutal yet magnificent drama. Prepare for one of the fiercest battles of the wild, where courage collides with cruelty, and the line between predator and prey nearly disappears. In the dry scrublands of Africa, where the ground scorches beneath the sun, this is not just a harsh landscape, but a battlefield where survival is constantly tested. Two destined rivals are about to clash. The mongoose, small yet cunning, armed with lightning-fast reflexes and legendary courage in the face of venomous snakes. And the cobra, a silent ruler, carrying deadly venom and striking with lethal precision in the blink of an eye. This encounter is the embodiment of survival instinct. It is the story of intelligence and agility against venomous power, of sheer bravery standing tall against lurking danger. Every charge, every dodge, every bite and strike could decide the outcome. Each moment bears witness to the brutal yet magnificent reality of nature. Prepare for one of the most iconic showdowns in the animal kingdom, where the line between hunter and prey becomes razor thin. Hello everyone. Today we return to the vast grassland savanna, where each gust of wind carries the scent of dry grass and the whispers of survival. A fateful encounter is about to unfold. This is not merely nature, it is a battlefield where instincts are pushed to their limits. Two adversaries have emerged. The eagle lord of the skies, with piercing eyes and razor-sharp talons, the embodiment of speed and perfect precision. On the ground, the cobra, the venomous ruler of the undergrowth, silent yet deadly, poised to strike with lethal force. Tension is rising. A legendary clash of instincts awaits. This is not just a battle of animals, it is a story of courage, diving headlong into danger, of aerial agility confronting death beneath the grass. Every wing beat, every venomous lunge, every evasive maneuver etches the fragile boundary between life and death. At this moment, nature is both the director and the arena, where every motion is defined by survival. after the brutal clashes comes the tranquil peace of untamed nature. On the endless stretch of lush green grasslands, where every breath, every step is bound by the primal instinct of survival, two destined adversaries prepare for an unforgiving clash. The porcupine, small yet bristling with courage, a warrior armored with nature's spines. The cobra, a supreme ruler armed with lethal venom, a shadow of fear across the wild. The conflict ignites more than just a battle between two creatures. It is the story of courage defying danger, agility standing against deadly precision. Each strike of the hood, each venomous lunge, each bristle of razor-sharp quills could be the decisive moment. Nature, like an unseen director, scripts this raw drama of survival. Prepare yourself for one of the fiercest battles on the grasslands, where the line between predator and prey has never been thinner. A primal confrontation, exposing the ruthless beauty of the wild. Across the barren desert, where the cracked earth burns beneath the relentless sun, a land where survival belongs only to the toughest and most resilient, two destined rivals prepare to face each other in a fight for life. The mongoose, small yet fearless, a master of speed and cunning. The desert scorpion, a shadowy ruler armed with a venomous sting at the curve of its tail. This encounter is more than a mere battle between species. It is a tale of recklessness against danger, agility clashing with deadly precision. Every lunge, every evasive leap, every strike of venom could decide the end. Nature, as an unseen director, crafts this brutal yet beautiful struggle for survival. Prepare to witness one of the fiercest confrontations in the desert, where every grain of sand carries the weight of nature's harshness. A primal duel, revealing the fragile line between life and death. In the heart of the forest, where the dry earth is littered with fallen leaves, where shadows creep between the trees and death lingers in every breath, two supreme assassins of the serpent world prepare for a fateful clash. The king Cobra, an absolute ruler, towering in size with the cold gaze of a tyrant. The banded crate, a secretive predator, armed with fast-acting neurotoxic venom, deadly enough to bring down an enemy in moments. This is more than just a battle. It is death meeting death, dominance confronting lethal precision. Every strike, every coil, every movement across the brittle leaves could decide fate. Nature, like an unseen storyteller, composes a blood-stained symphony of survival. Prepare for one of the most brutal encounters in the forest, where ruler and challenger alike may become prey. A primal duel, where the line between life and death is as fragile as a falling leaf. Hello everyone. Today we once again set foot on the vast African savanna, where the blazing sun stretches endlessly and survival is written in dust and hot blood. This is not just nature, it is a ruthless battlefield where instinct determines fate. Two destined adversaries prepare to clash. The secretary bird, slender in appearance, yet armed with courage and legs like steel weapons. And the venomous snake, a merciless ruler with deadly poison capable of ending the life of any creature that dares to approach. Every strike of the leg, every evasive move, every hissing snap, all mark the thin line between life and death. Each desperate moment unfolds like a brutal dance that only nature itself could choreograph. In the wild, battles of life and death are inevitable. But after these fierce clashes, life continues to renew itself in its own way. The victor walks on with pride, preserving the essence of survival and passing on its strength to the next generation. The fallen become part of the cycle, their bodies dissolving into the earth, nourishing new life. The savanna returns to its original rhythm, the wind sweeping across golden grasses, the faint calls of distant birds. Nests high in the trees, silent eggs resting in the twilight, all serve as reminders that after the storm of survival, nature always revives, eternal and unending. Across the vast sun-scorched African grasslands, where survival is etched in dust and blood, a brutal showdown is about to unfold. Two destined rivals prepare to clash. The honey badger, small but fearless, reckless enough to defy all odds, and the wild dogs, relentless pack hunters, armed with speed, deadly coordination, and razor-sharp teeth that rarely let any prey escape. This is more than just a chance encounter in the wild. It is a test of courage against overwhelming numbers, of stubborn defiance, facing the collective power of the pack. Every lunge, every dodge, every snap of jaws marks the razor-thin line between life and death. Here, nature itself plays both director and actor in a ruthless drama of survival. Brace yourself, for you are about to witness one of the fiercest animal battles on the grasslands, where the boundary between predator and prey has never been so fragile. This is the raw, unforgiving beauty of the wild, laid bare in its most primal form. On the parched grasslands, where dry winds sweep across golden dust and every creature struggles against the harshness of nature, a dramatic encounter is about to unfold. Two unlikely rivals face off. The porcupine, small, armored with a coat of sharp quills, quiet yet far from defenseless, and the lynx, a predator with keen senses, towering ears, and the deadly agility of a silent stalker in the tall grass. This meeting is more than a simple clash of species. It is a test of resilience against swiftness, a shield of quills standing firm against lethal claws. Every pounce, every low growl, every quill raised in defense marks the razor-thin boundary between survival and demise. Nature, impartial and unforgiving, grants even the vulnerable a chance to defy their hunters. Prepare yourself, for this is one of the most primal showdowns of the dry grasslands, where survival instincts are pushed to the extreme, and the fierce beauty of the wild reveals itself in full. In the dry forest, where scorching sunlight cuts through sparse canopies and the cracked earth thirsts beneath the heat, a tense confrontation is about to erupt. Two predators, each carrying their own power and instincts, prepare for a battle of survival. The Tiger Lord of the Shadows, a master of raw muscle, stealth, and lethal strikes. And the sun bear smaller than its cousins, yet reckless and fierce, armed with sharp claws and powerful jaws that make it no less dangerous. This is no ordinary encounter. It is a clash between dominance and defiance, between the might of a ruler and the desperate will to endure. Every step forward, every crushing swipe, every roar that shakes the forest turns the air heavier with anticipation. Nature watches in silence, leaving the outcome to instinct alone. Brace yourself, for within this dry forest lies one of the most ferocious duels of the wild, where even the king can be challenged, and the brutal beauty of nature is revealed in its purest, most unforgiving form. Hello everyone. Today we once again journey to the vast African savanna, where the blazing red sun scorches the cracked earth, and every creature must fight for survival with each passing second. This is not merely nature, but a primordial battlefield, where even the smallest movement can decide the difference between life and death. Two destined adversaries prepare to clash. The tarantula, a silent hunter, armed with venomous fangs capable of striking down insects and even paralyzing prey larger than itself. Its cunning nature and ability to launch sudden attacks make it a creature that spreads fear in the shadows. Its opponent, the Cobra, stands as the ultimate symbol of death. With hollow, elongated fangs and a lethal neurotoxic venom, a single bite is enough to end the life of its prey in an instant. Its cold, unblinking eyes track every movement, ready to deliver a decisive strike with deadly precision. Every slither, every strike, every bite defines the fragile line between life and death. Each desperate moment, each tense movement is etched by nature into a brutal yet mesmerizing drama. The battle ends with the tarantula as the victor, an unlikely creature that proved its extraordinary instinct for survival. As the dust settles, the barren earth returns to its quiet stillness. A gentle wind drifts by, carrying the searing heat of the savanna as the grasses sway softly. Nature resumes its familiar peace, as though no bloody clash had ever occurred. Yet the marks left in the sand remain an eternal testament to the harshness and fairness of the cycle of survival. On a mighty river of Africa, where the waters seem calm yet conceal countless dangers, this is not just a river, but a primal arena where nature's giants collide. Two rulers prepare to face off. The hippopotamus, the colossus of the savanna, seemingly sluggish yet armed with devastating power and a fierce territorial instinct. The Nile crocodile, the silent assassin of the waters, an ambusher with a thunderous bite, spreading fear to any creature that dares approach. The battle begins, and this is far more than survival. It is a clash of fury against patience, of overwhelming strength against silent death. Every snap, every roar, every tail strike that sends water surging pushes the fight to the edge of life and death. Each moment reveals the grandeur and brutality of the wild. Prepare yourself for one of the most terrifying confrontations of Africa's rivers. This is the moment where the line between predator and defiance has never been thinner. A wild symphony, where raw power is unleashed in the fury of nature. In the vast African savanna, where the ground burns beneath the blazing sun and every gust of wind carries the scent of dust and blood, life and death walk side by side with every heartbeat. Here, two forces of nature are about to clash in a fateful encounter. On one side stands the rhinoceros, a gray armored giant wielding a razor-sharp horn like a living tank of the plains. On the other lurks the lion, the king of the night, a master of pack tactics, armed with deadly claws and a crushing bite, capable of ending life in an instant. This is no ordinary battle. It is a contest between raw power and hunting precision, between unyielding strength and agile, calculated strikes as sharp as a blade of death. Every charge of the rhino is a thunderous storm of steel. Every evasive leap of the lion is a deadly dance of survival. Each strike, each bite, each collision carries the weight of life or death. Nature itself directs the scene, with both beasts as actors in this primal drama. Prepare to witness one of the fiercest confrontations in the wild. A moment where the line between predator and prey blurs more than ever before. This is the symphony of life and death, unveiling the brutal beauty of Africa's untamed savanna. Amid the dense swamps of Africa's great rivers, where still waters conceal deadly threats, a primal showdown is about to erupt. The air, heavy with mist and mud, becomes the battlefield of life and death. On one side stands the African buffalo, a colossal beast of the plains, with a muscular frame, razor-sharp curved horns, and an unyielding spirit. It embodies not only raw strength, but also the fierce determination of the herd. On the other side lies the Nile crocodile, a hidden assassin, an ancient warrior clad in armored scales, its terrifying jaws ready to drag any creature into the dark depths below. This encounter is more than a fight. It is a clash between reckless courage and cold-blooded ambush, a creature of the land facing the master of the waters, where every strike and every movement hovers on the edge of death. Each violent charge of the buffalo is the fury of the earth unleashed. Each sudden snap of the crocodile's jaws is a death trap sprung from the shadows of the river. Every second, every motion carries the weight of survival. Nature itself, as the great director, orchestrates this brutal tragedy of predator and prey. Prepare for one of the most merciless moments in the wild. When the line between survival and demise shrinks to a single breath, this confrontation reveals the harsh yet magnificent beauty of Africa's river swamps. In nature, life and death are separated by only the thinnest margin. A small calf wanders through the flooded rice field, seemingly safe under the shadow of its mother. But from the muddy depths, a giant shadow suddenly bursts forth the anaconda. With its muscular coils, it seizes the prey with crushing power. The calf struggles desperately, gasping for survival. This is not only a battle for the life of a fragile creature, but also a stark reminder of nature's brutality, where the instinct to survive is pushed to its very limits. We have witnessed the anaconda's terrifying ability to hunt on land. Now, we continue to witness the extraordinary power of this giant predator as it hunts in the water. In the deep rainforest, where shadows and sunlight weave through towering trees, survival is a ruthless gamble. This is not just nature, it is a hidden battlefield beneath the emerald canopy. Two destined adversaries are about to clash. The vervet monkey, small but brave, a creature of speed and intelligence, relying on agility and the safety of its group to escape danger. Facing it is the martial eagle, the giant hunter of the skies, a ruler armed with razor-sharp talons and deadly strength, capable of delivering death in a single dive. This conflict is no mere encounter. It is instinct colliding in a legendary showdown, the courage of the small against the lethal precision of a master predator. Agility stands against power, quick reflexes against a strike from above. Every dive, every desperate dodge, every cry echoing through the canopy is a decision between life and death. Here, nature itself directs the drama, capturing every moment with ruthless intensity. Prepare yourself for one of the fiercest animal battles in the rainforest, a moment where the line between predator and prey has never been thinner. A primal struggle that exposes the raw, unforgiving beauty of the wild. Across the vast African savanna, where the scorched earth stretches endlessly beneath the blazing sky, survival is decided by fangs and talons. This is not just nature, it is a raw battlefield, where only the strong prevail. Two rivals prepare for confrontation. The vulture, small yet relentless, a scavenger bold enough to intrude upon any blood-soaked feast. Facing it is the hyena, the opportunistic ruler of the plains, armed with steel-crushing jaws and pack strength, a predator ready to crush any intruder. This clash is not merely about food. It is the collision of survival instincts, the daring persistence of the weak against the deadly grin of a master thief. Cunning stands against ruthless power. Every dive from above, every snarl echoing across the open land, every scrap of flesh torn apart becomes proof of nature's unforgiving law. Here, the wild itself scripts the drama of this primal struggle. Prepare yourself for one of the fiercest showdowns on the African savanna. A moment where the line between hunter and usurper grows thinner than ever. A brutal contest that unveils the raw and merciless beauty of the wild. Across the vast African savanna, where the dust rises with every scorching wind, survival is decided in moments of raw intensity. This is not just nature, it is a battlefield, where every creature must choose to hunt or to be hunted. Two mighty forces are about to clash. The buffalo, massive, relentless, and powerful. A living fortress armed with deadly horns in the strength of its herd. Facing it is the lion, the undisputed ruler of the plains, a silent warrior with razor-sharp claws and a fatal pounce, capable of bringing down prey far larger than itself. This confrontation is not merely about a stolen meal. It is the collision of survival instincts, the unyielding courage of prey against the cold precision of a supreme predator. Raw power stands against calculated strategy and teamwork. Every step forward, every horn thrust, every roar shaking the savanna is a moment of destiny between life and death. Once again, nature takes the role of director, staging a primal drama written in blood and dust. Prepare yourself for one of the fiercest battles on the African savanna, a moment where the line between hunter and hunted has never been thinner. A brutal struggle that exposes the merciless yet majestic beauty of the wild.